From WRAO News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your coronavirus news brief for Monday, March 8th. I'm David Crabtree. Nearly 1 in 10 North Carolinians are now fully vaccinated. On Friday, the state crossed the 1 million mark. You might not have known this, however, reserved vaccines are being sent across the state to make sure they get into the arms of people living in underserved areas. WRAL's Laura Levine tells us how one local group is working to break down barriers to improve equity in the vaccination process, with Black and brown communities still falling behind.
Dozens of zip codes on the map, like the Durham Health Department here, are getting what's called equity doses. This organization is making sure the community has the access it needs to receive the COVID-19 vaccine.
I will be very honest, I was not in favor.
Building vaccine confidence in the Black community is a difficult task.
I was totally against it, and I was pushing against it in every way.
What changed your mind?
My doctor.
With education and more resources, some people are coming around, but hesitancy isn't the only challenge.
With this rollout, we have to be strategic, and sometimes we can't wait for people to come to us to get the vaccine, but we have to take the vaccine directly to communities.
A boots-on-the-ground approach is what Donald Hughes says it's going to take. He's a member of the War for Life organization that sends community health workers out in hard-to-reach areas to help schedule appointments and provide rides to vaccine sites.
Then we can assure that they're going to get to the people that need it the most, and not have to worry as much about people taking vacations to our state to get the vaccine.
Of those who have received the first dose, only 15.9% are Black and 2.7% are Hispanic, whereas nearly 77% are white.
Delays in vaccines being shipped to certain places.
The organization recently launched a digital campaign called Facts Not Fear NC to continue fighting the disparities and dispel myths.
I don't have two heads. There's no chip in my arm.
Making sure that, what we have to say is being heard and we can get it in the hands of the right folks.
I'm told the number of equity doses received each week varies and is determined at the state level. We have more details on this group's digital campaign on our website and the WRAL News app. Laura Levine, WRAL News in Durham.
You can find step-by-step vaccination information for your community right now on WRAL.com. As always, thanks for listening, and a little plug. You can listen to complete WRAL newscast in podcast form. Subscribe to WRAL News Daily wherever you listen to podcasts. We post 5 newscasts each weekday and 2 on the weekends. You'll get all the news, weather, and sports you would get on TV, but in audio form. Just search WRAL News Daily. For the Coronavirus News Brief, I'm David Crabtree.